Hello all, and welcome to what is going to be a very different video today. Instead of our usual thing, which is usually a YouTube short or any other kind of video, we are instead going to be doing a little discussion video today, and the topic we are going to be discussing is why Thomas and Friends and Bluey are two of the greatest TV shows to ever grace our screens. So, we'll start with Thomas and Friends. I don't know what to say about this show. Thomas and Friends is just hands down one of the best TV shows to ever grace our TV screens. Why? Well, there's always been something so fascinating just seeing these steam engines with faces puffing along the screens with amazing storytelling, amazing narration and impressive model work. Like the detail that went into everything, the engines, the sets, the storytelling, the narration, just everything about this series is just so amazing, and it really makes Sodor feel like it's a real place. And honestly, if it was, I would totally go. However though, as the show went on, it took a massive, let's just say, a dip in quality. What do I mean by this exactly? Well, unfortunately, in late 2002, Hit Entertainment bought out Ghislaine and decided to soft reboot Thomas, meaning that a whole new writing team was brought on. The show got a new theme song and a new target audience for much younger children. All of this starting during season 8 in 2004. But despite all the flaws that the new hit model seasons had, Thomas was still so popular with children and grown-ups alike. Merchandise of the series was going well. Everything seemed to be going great for it. However, in 2009, the show did revert to CGI because filming with models was just too expensive, and by that point, so many other shows had gone to CGI that Hit decided that it was time for Thomas to do that too, just to modify it a little bit. The early CGI seasons were definitely not the best either, but the animation was stunning. Thankfully though, in 2012, when production for season 17 started, the series had a new head writer by no other than Andrew Brenner. Honestly, this man was a legend for literally reverting the show back into a similar style of how it used to be. And I don't even know where to begin with the Brenner era of the show, or Brennaissance as some fans have dubbed it. But even so, where do I begin with this era of the show? It did so many things right, including reverting characters like Edward, Henry, Gordon, James, and even Toby back into their original personalities. This was an amazing change. There is just so much to say about the Brenner era that's so positive, including, by season 19, the animation. Like, this animation is so beautiful. Like, I don't even know what to say. This is absolutely beautiful. However though, in 2018, Thomas would go through another reboot again, only this time, this one took a bit of a turn for the worst. Opinions handled if you like Big World, Big Adventures. But Thomas, instead of being an engine that would do realistic jobs, work on a realistic looking railway, and just doing all sorts of stuff that an engine would do, basically turned into a more cartoony and flashy show. Basically, a Thomas version of Paw Patrol. I mean, even though I don't mind Paw Patrol, so opinions handled if you don't like Paw Patrol. However, Big World Big Adventures only lasted for 3 seasons, and no season 25 was ever greenlit. That was until 2021, where Thomas would get another reboot, except this one was totally different. Introducing the All Engines Go era of the show, folks. Most people describe All Engines Go as one of the worst reboots to ever exist, but in my honest opinion, I don't think All Engines Go is as bad as people make it out to be. Yeah, I do agree with the majority of people that it's not Thomas, and it definitely is a laughing stock at times to the original, but All Engines Go I just don't think it's as bad as people say it is. But if you don't like All Engines Go, I can handle your opinion, but make sure you handle mine in return. So now that we've covered Thomas and different eras of the show, let's move on to Bluey. So, like Thomas, I don't even know what to say about Bluey. Bluey is just... it's unbelievable. The stuff that this show teaches is amazing. From the voice acting, to the storytelling, to the music, and just about anything. Bluey it's just such a brilliant show. But you're all probably wondering, what exactly makes Thomas and Bluey two of the best shows on television? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to say now. Both of these shows they have something I feel in common. I feel that they kind of both teach similar things. Like, there have been times that Thomas has gone into really serious topics, but nothing will ever top Bluey with serious topics. Like my God, some of the topics that Bluey handles is just so intense. Another thing that makes both of these shows really good as well to watch are the fact that they don't talk down to their audience. Like, compared to a lot of children's shows nowadays that talk down to their audience as if they're absolutely stupid and can't figure out a life lesson for themselves, Thomas and Bluey don't do that. Both of these shows treat their audience as if they're intelligent and can figure out the life lesson or moral for themselves. Like, that is just absolutely clever writing. And it's no wonder that Thomas or even Bluey get all the praise that they've gotten. Both of these shows deserve the praise that they have gotten over the years. Like, that is just amazing. If I had to choose a favourite episode from both of these shows, starting with Thomas, my probably all-time favourite Thomas episode is probably nowadays. It used to be Thomas and Percy and the Post Train, but I think the best Thomas episode, in my honest opinion nowadays, is All at Sea. Like, what? The fact that this episode, this blooming episode, just teaches such big things. Like, you know, that we can work. Sometimes it's nice to wonder what life beyond the horizon is, but it's always nice to stay who we are and enjoy being with the people that we like. And it's beautiful ending with Thomas, Percy and Duck staring into that sunset, and the lovely music just makes it so beautiful. And if I had to pick a favourite episode of Bluey, that would have to be... oh, jeez, there's so many episodes. It was honestly hard to find a pick, but I would definitely have to go with Sleepy Time. Why? Well, Sleepy Time is just beautiful. It is by far the most beautiful Bluey episode ever, and possibly one of the best episodes out of any TV show. Like, you just cannot fault this episode. From the animation to the beautiful space visuals and the music. My God, the music in this episode is unbelievable. Dare I say that the ending of this episode made me cry, like the majority of people? The fact that something like that can make you cry is unbelievable. Like, amazing. It just so is amazing. If I had to choose a favourite between these shows, I would have to say both. I just cannot pick a favourite between Thomas or Bluey. Just both of these shows are just so so brilliant. Like, one day Thomas could be my favourite, and then the next day it's Bluey. Like, my opinion changes every day. Thomas is my favourite, say, on, like, Monday, and Bluey could easily be my favourite on Tuesday. That is just how it works with me, which is pretty incredible for two children's shows, right? Well, just remember this, everyone. You are never too old to enjoy shows made for children, whether it's shows like Ricky Zoom or Paw Patrol or any show like that. Remember, you are never too old to enjoy children's shows, certainly not ones like Thomas or Bluey.